In the wild, the humble pallet lives a difficult existence, hauling cargo, enduring abuse, often discarded without a second thought. Today, however, 2 pallets have been selected for a rather unusual experiment. Inspired by a planter design from the talented folks at Who's the Voss, we're about to find out whether a pair of weathered shipping pallets can be transformed into something worthy of a place in the front yard. Our builder began with a proven design, then promptly adapted it to fit whatever pallet boards happened to survive the dismantling process. Now, here's a strategy that is either, well, resourceful, or, let's be honest, deeply concerning. But if all goes according to plan, these 2 battered pallets are about to begin a second life as a rustic, tapered planter. And if not, well, firewood remains a highly respected career path, doesn't it? The first challenge is separating the usable lumber from several pounds of rusty steel that appear to be emotionally attached to it. While pallets are often advertised as free, the removal of approximately 847 nails is rarely mentioned. Each board must be inspected, persuaded, and occasionally negotiated with before it can rejoin civilized society. Unfortunately, some of our specimens have developed a rather unhealthy relationship with the pallet stringers. This relationship must now come to an end. With the nails finally removed, our builder is faced with a familiar pallet wood dilemma. No 2 boards are the same. Some are longer, some are shorter. Some appear to have survived several minor wars. In an effort to introduce a small amount of civilization into the process, each board is trimmed to a common length, a simple operation in theory, assuming, of course, that the boards agree to cooperate. Gradually, the pile of random lumber begins to look less like debris and more like a project. Encouraged by this unlikely progress, our builder begins organizing the material for the planter's framework. For the first time today, success appears to be a statistically plausible outcome. With the lumber organized, construction of the planter's side panels can finally begin. Using a pair of temporary braces, the boards are secured together long enough to establish the planter's distinctive tapered shape. A careful measurement is taken at the base. The center line is marked, and the transformation from pallet boards to planter panels is officially underway. At this stage, our builder has settled into a comfortable rhythm. Measurements are being transferred accurately. Cuts are proceeding smoothly, and confidence is beginning to grow. This, as experienced woodworkers know, is often when trouble arrives. Moments later, the track saw makes an unexpected discovery, namely its own power cord. The resulting repair operation adds an entirely unplanned chapter to today's build. Fortunately, a few connectors, some heat shrink tubing, and a refusal to quit for the day are sufficient to restore electrical relations. With power successfully returned to the workshop, construction resumes, a little wiser and considerably more cautious. With the side panels complete, attention now turns to the corners. Using material salvage from the very same pallets, our builder begins creating the trim pieces that will ultimately hold the entire structure together. In a rare display of optimism, glue is applied, clamps are deployed, and the brad nailer is summoned to provide what engineers often refer to as additional encouragement. One by one, the trapezoidal panels are assembled into something that is beginning to resemble an actual planter, a development that at this stage feels both surprising and encouraging. As the remaining boards are installed, the structure gradually gains strength, rigidity, and a growing sense of purpose. At long last, the collection of pallet fragments has evolved into a recognizable box. Admittedly, a somewhat rough box, but a box nonetheless. The final task is trimming the corner posts flush with the planter, a job traditionally performed with a flush-cut saw. Unfortunately, our builder does not currently possess such a device. Instead, a jigsaw is enlisted for the assignment. The results can best be described as functional. Fortunately, future trim pieces possess the remarkable ability to conceal a multitude of woodworking decisions. With the main structure complete, attention turns to what may be the most important detail of the entire build. Appearance. A collection of pallet boards can certainly hold dirt, but a properly trimmed planter has aspirations of holding dignity as well. To accomplish this, the top trim pieces are cut with 45-degree miters and assembled into a frame. Glue is applied. Clamps are deployed, and once again the brad nailer is called upon to transform optimism into structural integrity. While the joints may not be perfect, neither was the lumber. Yet somehow the collection of reclaimed pallet boards continues its unlikely transformation. As the trim is secured into place, the project undergoes a remarkable change. What moments ago resembled a wooden container now bears a striking resemblance to something one might actually purchase intentionally. A development that has surprised everyone involved. With construction complete, the time has come for a delicate balancing act. The goal is not perfection. The goal is improvement. Years of grime, dust, and warehouse history must be removed, while preserving the weathered character that made the lumber worth saving in the first place. Too little sanding, and the planter looks neglected. But too much, and it begins to lose the very personality that brought it here in the first place. Our builder therefore settles on a carefully calibrated approach, known in technical circles as, well, good enough. Gradually, the surface begins to clean up. The dirt disappears, and the splinters, they retreat, and the character remains firmly intact. With the sanding complete, one final structural task remains: a bottom. While many DIY projects have failed for a variety of complex and fascinating reasons, the absence of a floor tends to create immediate complications. Using the last of the pallet scraps, our builder installs a series of slats designed to support the soil while still allowing excess water to escape. An elegant solution, constructed almost entirely from leftovers, which, when working with pallet wood, is generally considered a sign of success. With the final slats secured in place, the construction phase of the project is officially complete. Now comes the part where all woodworking projects either become beautiful or reveal every mistake made along the way. At long last, the moment of truth has arrived. For weeks, these boards have been weathered, neglected, and covered in enough dirt to qualify as a geological layer. Now, with a coat of clear finish, the grain begins to emerge. The colours deepen. The character returns. And for the first time since this project began, the pallets start looking considerably less like pallets. A remarkable transformation, considering where they came from. With the finish complete, attention now turns to the planter's interior. A landscape fabric liner is added to help retain the soil while still allowing excess water to escape. In theory, this is a simple procedure. In practice, it quickly becomes a contest between one determined builder and a surprisingly uncooperative piece of fabric. The liner folds, it wrinkles, it refuses to remain where it was just placed, and for several minutes appears to be pursuing objectives entirely of its own. Nevertheless, persistence prevails. The fabric is eventually persuaded into position and secured with staples. The result may not be glamorous, but hidden beneath the soil, it will quietly perform one of the planter's most important jobs. a fate shared by many of the greatest engineering achievements. With the liner installed, the final stage of the operation can begin. Soil is added. Plants are arranged, then rearranged, then rearranged again. Because, no gardening project is complete without at least a small amount of second guessing. Throughout the process, Winnie remains on site to provide expert supervision and, occasional interference. After a final round of planting, watering, and just a few minor adjustments, the transformation is complete. What began as 2 weathered shipping pallets has now become a rustic planter, all ready for a second life. Not bad at all for a pile of lumber that was headed straight for the burn pile. As for Winnie, she would like it officially noted that she played a critical role in every phase of construction. It's a claim that, while a bit difficult to verify, has not as of yet been challenged.